Greetings. This is where we left off last week, and I'm glad you're with us here today. Remember, I really believe that investing in yourself through education, whether it's these videos or other videos that you might be looking at in terms of self-help, do it with intention, do it with knowing that I need help in my life and I don't have all the tools in my toolbox to finish the job, but the Lord is with me. He's going to help me. So we finished off here last week. Again, my name is Greg Beluso, or some call me Pastor Greg. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. That's such a true statement. You need a plan. Fundamentals of planning. You need to clearly define the objective of your plan, gather all the available facts, estimates, and other considerations, determine the importance of each, how important it is to get the facts, how important it is to get the estimates, how important it is to have the considerations thoroughly thought out. Number 4, identify potential possible alternatives. If I weigh this out, what are the alternatives? If I take all my money out of the bank and invest in my bakery and everything's gone, then how am I going to sustain my rent and my buying of equipment, setting up your bakery shop for the next 6 months if I spend everything in the beginning? How are you going to sustain your home? You got to potentially think of all those alternatives and what I need to do to make a change so I can have enough money to carry me out for 6 months. Establish the pros and the cons of each alternative. Select the top 2 alternatives and select the best alternative and take an action to your plan. These are types of plans. You have career plans, which we talked in the last lesson about planning, getting your GED, going to college, learning a trade. There's travel plans, there's business plans, there's project plans, family plans, battle plans, education plans, financial plans, campaign plans. Which way do I go? Each of these plans are different, but they all have the same fundamental approach to complete them. Once you understand these fundamentals, you can apply them to any opportunity. The key of effective planning is to think. Thinking is a choice. The Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You could say whatever a man accumulates in his mind every day and in his heart, those deposits that are in his heart to do can either keep you on a peaceful path of your plan, or you can be so confused and you'll never do anything. You'll be just spinning your wheels. You want to think clearly. You want to think with a clear mind. You want to have faith in God to help you along the way, to help you solve the problems of making your choices and carrying them out. And then decision making. When you make the decision, do it. Sometimes you're going to fail, but if you fail, get back up and keep moving forward. Don't quit. Common planning errors. The errors of planning are, number 1, not clearly defining your objective, not challenging underlying assumptions or jumping to conclusions without an investigation. Number 3, responding to emotions rather than developing alternatives or truths and facts. Number 4, failing to take action. So these are the areas that are errors and why things occur in your planning that they did not perform or weren't carried out. I remember this particular job. I was doing classes throughout all of the state of Arizona, going to various incarceration institutions, and I was taking classes at night in my hotel room while I was doing the classes. but I had to not only do my day job, which was providing classes inside the institutions, but I was also coming back to my room in the hotel and working on my master's degree. It meant a decision of hard work. It meant a decision of defining my objective, facing my challenges in my mind, my emotions. You remember, feelings or emotions are fickle, but you have to work through them, and you work through them in a way that you uh, combat them and carry out what you want to carry out. Well, it took me about 2 years to finish my master's, and that was about the time that I was doing these classes that took me all over the state of Arizona, having to stay in hotel rooms, and I was able to complete my master's degree. So there was something that at the end, it wasn't that I was failing to take action, but I was taking action. And that's like you. You can get up and you might not feel like going to class today. You have to go, because the benefit of going is you're going to learn something that's going to help you conclude the class, and that you'll graduate and you'll finally get your degree. When you start taking that challenge in your mind and it keeps accusing you're never going to finish, you're never going to get a good grade, you're never going to do this, all those voices are not true unless you believe them. The grace of God is there to help you. That's when you need to stop. You need to pray and say, God, give me the grace to make it through today. And He will. Well, this is our second class on planning, our conclusive class on planning. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week. But here's our contact information. Email is info@thegreatcommissionincorporated.org. And then Great Commission Ministries, P.O. Box 5202, Sun City West, Arizona, 85376. You say, how come we do these classes, but yet how come you look at yourself as a ministry? Well, this ministry was built, first of all, in a relationship with God, and then God inspiring us so that we can offer this tool. So we want you to know we love you, and we appreciate your watching these videos, giving us some feedback. Ring the bell, subscribe, get the word out. God bless you. We'll see you next week.